Hi there, business owner, and welcome to the 3Bs podcast, the place where we go beyond the numbers and dive into strategies to help you build a better business one step at a time. I'm your host, Stephanie, a multi-award-winning entrepreneur with over a decade of experience in the bookkeeping and accountancy world. If you're a business owner looking to streamline, grow, and get back the time that you deserve, you're in the right place. We're tackling real-world problems, answering tough questions, and digging deep into business building secrets in just 15 minutes each week. So are you ready to build a better business with confidence and clarity? Then let's go. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the 3Bs podcast, your go-to place for 15 minutes of CPD certified motivation, inspiration and education each week. As always, I'm your host, Stephanie, bookkeeper, business strategist, and the voice that's going to tell you the truth about your numbers. This episode is for the business owner who is scratching their head, looking at their profit on paper and thinking, why do I still have no money? Why am I still utterly broke? If that's you, first of all, you're not alone, so please don't feel ashamed. And I'm so glad you have found this episode to help you understand that there's a reason behind all this. And it comes down to the simple fact that profit is not the same as cash. So let's break that down and help you understand it in more detail. Firstly, what is profit? So profit is what's left after you take away your income and subtract all of your costs. It sounds simple, and on a set of accounts, it looks like this clean, neat number that tells you how well that you're doing. But what the number doesn't show you is when you actually get paid, when you pay out for all of your expenses, what's sat in your bank account, what's tied up in invoices awaiting payment or stock that you've purchased and not yet sold, and what's already spoken for. Technically, your accounts could show a £20,000 profit on paper, but you only have £500 in the bank. And that's not a failure, that's just a cash flow reality that all business owners face. Now, it may be that your profit is looking good on paper, but cash is feeling really tight right now. And there could be a number of reasons that profit and cash just don't match up for you. There could be timing differences. So if you've invoiced a client, the profit says job done, but they haven't paid you yet. That profit is theoretical, it's assumed that it's there, but the cash isn't physically in your bank yet, especially if you're a business owner that gives clients like 30 days end of month or payment terms, they can pay you after you've invoiced. So unless you are a business owner that either sells and the money comes in the minute the order is taken, or you provide pro forma basis, so the invoice goes out and then you're paid, there will be some sort of timing differences in there for you. The other thing to think about is that VAT, so VAT and tax bills, money that's sitting in your bank account might not be yours. HMRC might want it if you're not putting things away. If you don't have money put away for things like your VAT, your personal income tax if you're a sole trader, your corporation tax if you're a limited company, HMRC are going to want their cut. And if you have money in the bank right now but haven't saved for that, the minute the VAT bill or the tax bill comes in and you pay that bill, you're going to feel skint the minute that bill hits because you've not saved for it, and that cash that was sitting in the bank suddenly disappears off to the HMRC. Another reason why profit might look good on paper but cash feels really tight right now is that you have loan repayments or asset purchases. So if you bought a laptop or you paid down a loan, those don't hit your profit, but they really damage your bank balance. Drawings and dividends are another one. So if you're a sole trader business, drawings is what we call money that you take out of the business because the business is just an extension of yourself. Dividends are money that you take out of your limited company after your profit. So if you're taking money out of your business via one of these methods, even if it's completely legitimate and okay, it will affect the way that your accounts are, and it will not necessarily affect your profit line as such, but it will affect the cash that's sitting in your bank until you go through that year end with your accountant. And then finally, maybe there's stock or equipment that you've paid for up front but haven't earned from them yet. Again, if you've bought stock that you haven't yet sold on and you're sitting with that stock, or you've bought equipment that you haven't used in a service yet, the cash has gone, but your profit margin hasn't changed for now. So when you do sell that product or start to use that equipment in the provision of your services, you then start to get the cash, and that builds the cash back up, even though you've not got it in the bank right now. And your profit might not really change until you start bringing that money in. So what to do about it if things are feeling a bit tight right now? Please know you're not alone for one, and this is just part of having a business, and where It's important to get clear on your numbers and understand your finances and make sure you know where your cash flow is and where it's heading and your projections going forward. You shouldn't be flying blind. You should have a clear understanding. And if you don't understand this, then go and find a bookkeeper or an accountant that will help you understand this term. At ABCS UK, we offer power hours for those that don't want a full-time finance department. It is important to make sure you are clear on where your cash is, where you're going, and the difference between profit and cash. Firstly, you need to track your cash flow and track that separately from your profit. Have a simple cash flow tracker. If you don't currently have one, speak to a bookkeeper or accountant who can help you create one. There's software that you can plug into your accountancy software now that will bring that out for you too. At ABCS UK, we can help you get set up with a spreadsheet and put those systems and policies and templates in place for you to then implement them yourself going forward. A simple cash flow tracker will show what's coming in, what's going out, and where there's any sort of dips and troughs in your cash flow. So where cash might be slightly tighter or where profit will be different and what's left over. It's important to track it weekly if possible, monthly as a very, very minimum. But weekly is best because things change so fast in business. We're all trying to build these businesses. Things change all the time. We do this for our clients and it changes everything because they know where they are. And when we get together in our monthly or quarterly meetings, then we can go through what we thought was going to happen, what actually did happen, and then plan ahead for the next month or quarter. Also, if you haven't already, and I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but split out your bank accounts. Have one for your taxes. And if you have more than one tax, have separate tax pots. So have a VAT pot and a income tax or corporation tax pot. One for operating costs, one for profit, and one for your salary or drawings. I know it sounds like a complete faff, but it makes you feel less panicked and less stressed when you log onto your banking app and you'll see what you actually have to play with in the business. Knowing what's yours and what's not is really important too. So you could be looking at 12 grand in your bank right now, but 4 grand of that could be VAT, 3 grand of that could be corporation tax. So you don't really have 12 grand, do you? It's important to know what is actually yours and what can be spent in the business, what can be withdrawn and paid to yourself as a business owner, and what should really be kept for those taxes to make things nice and easy when those bills land in your inbox. Here is the bit that nobody really talks about, and when the numbers don't feel right to you, you start to doubt yourself. As a business owner, if you're a person that's managing your household finances, it can also feel that way too. And that's when you start to think you're bad with money, you start to panic, or you bury your head in the sand and just ignore it altogether. But this is not a character flaw, and I don't want you to blame yourself. It is simply a mismatch between what you're shown, which is your profit on the screen, and what you feel, and that's the cash in the hand. It's the emotional side of this that really, really triggers you and can make it a lot easier for you or a lot harder. That's why at ABCS UK, we don't just give you your accounts at year end. We don't just give you your monthly management accounts. We give you insight. We help you make decisions based on what's really happening within your business. So if you take anything from this episode and you've been blaming yourself and not having enough, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's the info being presented to you that you need to understand more clearly. So here's a simple checklist of what to do if your profit and your cash just aren't matching up. 1. Get a basic cash flow forecast in place. If you don't have a template, DM us the word template and we'll send you the one we use with our clients in the practice at ABCS UK. Number 2. Open those extra bank accounts. Today, if you can, don't leave it till tomorrow. If you bank with someone like Monzo or Starling, you can open pots, so you don't actually need extra bank accounts and extra cards and the admin that comes with that. Open pots, and you can also set up automatic transfers to help with those savings for your taxes. Number 3, ask your bookkeeper to walk you through your numbers. You should not be left confused after a meeting with your bookkeeper or accountant. They should help you understand the numbers and know what those numbers actually mean relative to your business and your business goals. 4, start separating cash available from profit reported and keeping those two separate as you track them. And 5, if you're still guessing month to month, book a strategy session with ABCS UK and we can help you get things straight and going forward, having a policy and a system in place to make sure you're never squeezed for cash flow again. Remember that profit looks backwards, cash tells you what you can actually use, and you need both to make good informed decisions in your business. Next time someone says you made 50k this year and you feel the urge to scream into a cushion because your overdraft tells you otherwise, now you'll know why. And you'll know what to do about it. If you want help sorting this in your own business, do head to abcsuk.com, drop us a message on socials. This is exactly what we do every single day for clients, both personally and business related, and trust me when I say we've seen it all. If you found this useful, please do hit follow, leave a review, rate us 5 stars, or forward this episode to a business owner or anyone who's fed up of guessing their cash because their profit says they have money, but there's just nothing there in the bank account. You deserve better than crossed fingers and spreadsheet dread, and I'm here to help you build a better business in 15 minutes every week. This has been the 3Bs podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next week for the next one. Bye. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the 3Bs podcast. I hope you found it useful and that you're walking away with some motivation, inspiration, or education to help you build a better business. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and of course connect with us on social media for more insights, tips, and behind the scenes content. Your next step in building a better business is just a click away. I can't wait to connect with you, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.